Greetings, 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 everyone. Welcome back to Beyond Boardroom Business. I'm your host, Coach Stephanie, and I have another amazing guest tonight. He is an artist, and I don't know if you all are familiar that I'm a book writing coach. So I really understand how necessary this next guest is, especially when it comes to like the children's books. If you ever notice children books, they need to have visualization. And this gentleman is one of the ones that puts it together to help children have that visual. And other things that he does is he's going to talk about it. But I'm really excited about my next guest and welcome Mr. Jamil Burton. So if you all please welcome Mr. Burton. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm all right, doing very well.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I mean, when I came across what you do, I was really impressed because having an illustrator is wow. I mean, I love children books because that really helps get children excited about reading or excited about the world to come into. And I know you do a lot of other things. So let's just get started with getting to know Jamil Burton. So can you tell us who is Jamil?
Well, I am an artist originally from Newark, New Jersey.
Okay.
I currently live in North Carolina. Actually in New Jersey, because I was just a part of the Newark Arts Festival in my hometown,
Nice.
exhibiting a painting in that exhibition. Uh, I'm an artist, an illustrator, a muralist, um,
Ooh.
teacher. I do a little bit of everything that's the arts are a part of the visual arts. I do. So
So that's awesome. That's really amazing because I can't draw. I mean, I can only do stick figures. I tried to draw. I really wish I could have that talent. But when did you discover that that was truly your calling?
actually, I knew it was my calling when I was a child.
Mm,
From the moment I picked up a pencil or was able to watch cartoons, and I could look at a cartoon, and as I'm looking at the cartoon, I could copy the actual image, the character. So I knew on an early age I wanted to be involved in the arts. At first, it started out, oh, I want to be a cartoonist, a comic book illustrator. Like most kids that get into the arts, that's what you start out. But as you get older, you evolve. And once I discovered painting, I knew painting was my thing, um, and illustrating. Uh, so I've been at it since I was a child, and I thank God for having parents that nurtured my gift and
yeah.
supported it 100%.
Wow, that's
And all these
beautiful.
years later, they got me as an artist illustrator for a son.
Mm, mm, mm. That is truly a blessing. So, what kind of art do you do outside of the illustrations for children's books?
Most of my work is done in predominantly oil paint. I do some mixed media, but it's definitely oil painting. And uh, I love humanity. I love Black culture. I want to paint my community. I want to tell stories that's not often told, the
Mm,
good, the bad, and the ugly. Uh, because art is not just a luxury. Art is really essential uh, to your life. Art and music is basically in conjunction with one another. They're soundtracks to our lives. So I paint everything. I love painting stories that's not heard. I love some things that could be real simple, and then some things could be more intricate. But just telling our stories and seeing as many Black faces on walls, on murals, in books. Those are the images I try to convey.
wow, that's beautiful. For generations to come, it's definitely needed. Yeah. Wow. So, what
Indeed.
inspires you when you get started? How do you get
Uh,
inspired?
I take a like my inspiration comes from a variety of places. One from the community, but also I'm blessed to be a part of a huge family, and I get inspiration from listening to stories from my elders, stories that I see other people talk about or go through, or a particular subject. For example, uh, I'm I'm not a parent myself, but I know so many great fathers out here in the world, and you
Mhm.
don't often hear those stories. The media tells you the exact opposite. Like as many stories that you say negative about black men and black fathers not being dads, I know twice as many that are.
Mm,
So I'm on a mission to destroy that myth.
yes.
So I've painted several images of fatherhood. For example, the one that I have hanging up here in New Jersey is a story of me and my father. My father is coming up in November. He passed away for a year ago. But
Wow.
I know how instrumental he was in my life. So I painted an image of me cutting his hair called "A Labor of Love." Uh,
Oh,
and then so there's other images. So images like that. I love to tell. I love to tell that story of the little boy trying to find his way, or the little girl trying to find her way, and stories about love too. I create images on that subject as well, and uh, the social commentary pieces, you would say, the stuff that's what's going on. So a lot of my work reflects what's happening in today's society.
that's really great. I would really love to see that broadcasted everywhere because you are correct. I know twice as many positive, influential people and moments than what is portrayed on the news or just out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's really great that you're able to share that, especially with the youth. The youth really needs to see it because, it's an all-out attack on how to raise their consciousness, and so they need to be aware that that positivity is out there. And like you said, your father raised you. My father raised me, and I think that's really wonderful because fathers are very important for the youth to see. So yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate the work that you do. And
Thank you.
so walk me through for people who aren't used to like museum art museums. What is it that people should pay attention to when they're looking at the different pieces?
Uh, I tell people, um, look at the work in close detail. Some works are going to connect with you, and some are not, and that's okay. Because there's such a broad spectrum. Some people may like abstract art, some may not. Some may like figurative art, which is what I do, and representational and realism. So I always just say, look at all of it openly, and you will, and I guarantee you're gonna find pieces that you connect with, uh, and it's gonna move you.
Mm,
So that's what I would. That's exactly what I would tell them. Um,
yeah,
and to be I see that much talent out there, and in so many ways you can, uh, you could do it because everybody doesn't see everything the same. So each piece is uniquely designed, and I think with that alone, you should really appreciate it. Um, and you're gonna see some stuff that you're gonna be like, "Wow, I really connect with this. I dig this," and hopefully that influences you to be a collector and
yeah.
to start collecting that artist work. If you find an artist that you like, um, get to know that artist. There's we all out here trying to tell our stories, and
Mm,
so the more you know about that artist, and you see that artist's work, you feel that bond, that connection, and more than likely you will collect that artist and others like him or her.
Okay. Okay. So, like Van Gogh, what's so great about him? And was that the gentleman that cut his ear off?
Yeah, yeah, that Van Gogh was ahead of his time. He was a impressionist painter. Everybody know anything about him, they'll know the Starry Night. If they don't know anything else, they'll know that one particular painting because that's his most popular piece. But that style of work is very. I don't do that style of work, but I respect it and
Okay.
appreciate it for what it is because it's exactly what it is. It's an impression. It's not
Mm,
realism. It's not fully detailed, but it's a style where it tricks the eye, it gives the illusion of this amazing piece, and it's kind of a I always looked at it as impressionist work has always been mysterious to me because
mm,
they put you in a, you're looking at this little window, a big window, and you immerse yourself into that world, and you'd be like, wow. But within that, it's very intricate on how they layer the painting and create these images. And
okay.
the farther you step away from the image, you really see it. And whereas you
Mm,
get up close on it, you can see the strokes and exactly what they was doing. And it's easier said than done to actually pull off.
I'm sure. What about like the Mona Lisa? Is that the same type of art?
Uh,
Impression?
it's not impressionist. That's from the Italian Renaissance.
Mm,
Da Vinci
okay.
painted it. It's a very popular piece. It's not a huge piece as far as physically, but
Okay.
it's very popular. He's known for that more than first and foremost before anything else. But that's from the Italian Renaissance.
So what makes it so popular?
Uh, I think Da Vinci was just. I don't like to. I don't want to throw the word
That's
around genius. He was just excellent and master at everything. And this excellent. It's an excellent piece. I
mhm.
personally say she's not the most attractive woman, but uh, but it's excellently. It's done. It's done very well.
Okay, okay. Now, when it comes to abstract art,
Hmm.
what's the big deal about it? Is it because you want to get into the emotion that they had when they were putting it, they were channeling their energy. What's the deal with abstract art?
Uh, abstract art. I used to have this love and hate relationship with it growing up because
Okay.
I'm like I don't get it, and it's all subjective.
Mhm.
Uh, so it's kind of and some I seen some that's like really like okay, I'm not gonna get this. I'm never gonna get it. But then I
Okay.
see some that there's a method to it. It's style wise, it's slickly done.
Okay.
Um, so from a design aspect, that's how I tend to look at it. Look at abstract work. I love the layout and the formula. Uh,
Okay.
some of them I tend to be drawn to the very
Mhm.
colorful ones. But
Okay.
it just varies. Um, but it's like I said, it's all subjective. But
Okay.
I seen some great pieces. That's that's abstract. I myself started to incorporate abstract backgrounds into my work, but
Oh,
then I lay a figurative work on top of it, kind of combine the two. But
okay.
for a long time when I was in school, I was just like, man, I don't get it. I see some work, and I'm just like, I don't see what's the big deal. But it's a huge market for it, uh,
Mhm.
and a lot of collectors, they purchase abstract work.
Okay. Is it like a cliquish type thing for who knows who's who and whatever they produce, just get it
Yeah,
because, you know.
you have that in this industry as well.
Okay. Okay.
But there's always different pockets, so to speak. Um, so like some people, like goes up some artists that are self-taught are cliquish, and the school is cliquish, or you go to an atelier, which is not, it's a school without being a school. You study up under another artist. Uh,
Oh.
I know some people in that area. They're very cliquish, but
Mm.
it's just for the most part, me being in the business, it's been more love than anything.
Wow. And you have 25 years in the game, so you definitely know a thing or two about it. So can you walk me through the life of an artist? Because you don't have a regular 9 to 5. It's all about creativity. So how does an artist do his thing or her thing?
Wow, yeah, it varies. Like for myself, like I've had at one point I was doing like 9 to 5 and doing this. So I
Wow.
was doing both. It's very hard. It's even
Yeah.
harder
Yeah.
to do it full time.
Okay.
So I've been doing it full time now
Hmm.
uh for since 2012. I've been doing it full time
Wow.
without having another job.
Mm.
Uh so it's not for the weak, but just say my normal day. I try to um get as many days creating as I possibly can, but
Okay.
you can't neglect the worrisome part about it is the administration part about it, the
Okay. Yeah.
business part of it.
Hmm.
It's that's hectic because it takes away from you creating.
Right.
Uh, so my normal, but you gotta have both. My normal day is so I get up, get myself situated, and I'm going straight to the studio. I'm blessed to have my studio in my home.
Yes.
Uh, so it's kind of trippy to be like, if I wanted to, I could just get out of bed and just walk across the hall to the studio. And
Right.
and some days, especially during the winter days, there's some days like that. And once I'm in the studio, I just get lost into what I'm doing in the studio. And
Mm.
sometimes I can get in the studio at 7 o'clock. I won't come out of the studio until like 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Wow.
And or some days I won't work during the day. I
Mhm.
start during the evening and I work like
Mhm.
the 2, 3 in the morning. It's just
Wow.
whenever it hits me. Uh,
Okay.
but most days I'm spending 4 to 5 days creating,
Okay.
uh, a day or two handling the other
Okay.
stuff, um and just normal life. Sometimes I have to come up for air because if I don't, I would live in the studio. Like there's times where I don't even make it to my bed. I got a couch in the studio. I'm on the couch.
Wow.
So, but once you find something that you love, that you're addicted to, uh, you just want to work. You just want to create because the most important thing to an artist is to do the work. You do the work,
Yeah.
everything else will come. So
Yeah.
yeah, daily life is just the way other folks go to a 9 to 5. You
Mhm.
know, my 9 to 5 is being self-employed, which means I have to be very disciplined because it's
Yeah.
easy to lose track, and you be
Mhm.
like, "Wow, I'm supposed to do this today." So I try to stick to my normal routine as much as I possibly can. Sometimes I stray away from it, but not too far.
Okay. Okay. So, is it ever stressful being an artist?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. And I
Okay.
say stress from uh how when you creating something and it's not going exactly how you want it to go.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
sometimes you got to make those adjustments. Just like playing football, you got to call an audible. You got to make adjustments.
Yeah.
That's not so stressful. that's part of the process. So I actually love that. I think the stressful part about being an artist is the marketing, the branding,
Okay.
the social media. That stuff could be stressful, especially if you got some age on you with this all of this social media stuff. You'd just be like, man, I don't want to be bothered with this. I
Right.
I tell people I was born in '75, not 2005. So it's a little frustrating. It can be stressful with that, and sometimes dealing with art directors or
Yeah.
curators could be, because you got to meet people where they are most of the time. Sometimes you meet in the middle, but that's the stressful part. The actual creating the work is the blessing.
Okay, okay. So when it comes to illustrating for children's books, um, that just sounds so cute to me. I mean, because I just love the youth, and I mean, so you listen to the artist, I mean, the author tell you what he or she envisions, and you bring that to life, or how does it work when you're putting a
Uh,
children's
ba-
book
Basically, they have the script
together?
all
Okay,
there for you,
okay,
and you guys will break the script down and to scenes. So
okay,
the I've been blessed to have some decent writers where um they already have it in their head what they want. They already have it paginated, and then I come in, I read it over and look at it and see what can be done. If there need to be an adjustment made to it, how they had it, then
okay.
I had the freedom, the ability to make those adjustments, and we go from there. Uh,
So,
it's I've been blessed for the most part for it to be a very seamless ordeal, and uh, and then from there I just get to work
wow.
and try to do the job as efficiently as I can, um, and as well as I can give a good product, because you can get lost as a reader, particularly a child. You're gonna get lost in the book, and
Yeah,
I
that's
can think about my childhood. Yeah, I could read the stuff all day, but if I don't have the imagery to go with it, then
true.
your attention span of the child, you're gonna be like, no, that's not it. So you
Mm,
want to be able to you want the work to grab the viewer,
mm.
and so that's my mission when I create children's books. Eventually, I'm gonna write and illustrate my own. I actually have a partial script
Okay,
now in the studio.
okay,
Eventually, I'm going to get to that. I just have all these other projects I'm working on. Uh,
yeah.
so you as an artist, it's not one thing you do. You got your hand in so many cookie jars.
Right, right. That's true. I can imagine because you're an entrepreneur. And when you were mentioning about how you would like to just focus on your craft because that's your calling. I totally get that because there's a balance of the business side, but then there's the craft, and you just have to
Yeah.
blend those two in, yeah, intricately. So yeah, whoever helps an artist to help. Do you have like an agent or a PR person to help you?
No, no, I'm doing it all on myself.
Okay.
I had the blessings to work with some beautiful people as far as facilitating sales of my work, like organizations and gallery owners. But far as
Oh,
an agent, for let's say an agent for my illustration, uh, definitely don't have that. I've gotten a lot of those jobs, basically word of mouth and people seeing my work. Um,
mm,
the fine arts, the gallery aspect, I apply to various artist calls and
okay.
things of that nature, and I've worked with different galleries, especially nonprofit galleries and teaching programs,
Mm,
like after school programs.
Oh, nice.
with the North Carolina Museum of Art, with various museums in various states and galleries. So I've been blessed to where I got my foot in the door, so to speak, to kind of allow some relationships to develop and nurture.
Nice.
So it's been pretty good from that standpoint.
Do you have enough art to where you can have your own museum or your own tour, or have you sold everything you created?
Oh nah, I have enough work.
Okay.
I have right now. I have enough work. I can have 2 to 3 shows going on at one time in different
Wow,
places.
that's awesome. Has your work ever uh, participated in auctions and things like that?
No auctions, just
Okay.
galleries and museums,
Okay.
but no auction events yet. But I'm sure that's going to be in the future.
Most
Uh,
definitely. Most definitely. It sounds great. I don't see why it couldn't, because uh, I've seen your work on your website, which is jamilburtonart.com. And it's some beautiful pieces. And in some of my past history, would help put art in different places. So I definitely understand how important it is to be seen. And it's also who you know. And it's a beautiful thing that you can just do whatever with your art. And so I'm just excited that you have been able to tap into your call and enjoy, the essence of what you do, and it's able to take care of you. And so that's totally amazing. So how can people find you if they wanted to contact you to help them illustrate their children's book or anything? How can they find you?
okay, they can definitely contact me through my email, jamilburtonart@gmail.com.
Okay.
Also, um, my website, uh, and also Instagram, Burton Art Collection.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah, they definitely can find me through those channels.
Wow. And do you have any words of encouragement or anything you would like to say to all of the future people who are considering becoming an artist?
Uh, I would say take it seriously. The most important thing about being an artist is to do the work. Uh, become addicted to it. Uh, and I say that freely because you want to do this, you gotta love it.
Yeah.
And I I loved it since I was 4 years old. Uh,
Ooh. Wow.
so really, just the most important thing is to do the work. If you do the work, everything else will come. It would come. You just got to do the work, and when it comes, you got to be prepared, be ready for it,
Yes.
because you don't have time to get ready. So you should always be ready. But
Right.
also just really, really be open to everything that comes with being an artist. I tell
Mm.
people I'm not part of a fraternity or sorority, but being an artist is the greatest fraternity I think I could be a part of.
Oh, wow. That is true. Because, like I said, I wish I could draw. And so I can just imagine just being able to express yourself through art. That has to be totally fun. So I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. Is there anything else you would like to say, or anything? You have anything coming up that people need to be aware of, or anything?
Uh, coming up, I currently have work on display. Like I said, at Newark Museum of Art in
Okay.
Newark, New Jersey. I have work on display at the CAM Museum in
Mm,
Raleigh, North Carolina.
okay.
I I just finished one body of work that I'm hoping I find somewhere to exhibit it. And I'm currently starting a new body of work. Uh, so um, that's what I'm working on right now. I also will be a part of a group exhibition in Kinston, North Carolina, at the Community Arts Council in Kinston, North Carolina, and that's
Wow.
going to take place in November. Also, and what have work that's been recently published, changing that narrative is a book about 50 African American artists,
Mm,
minority artists that's in the book talking about changing that narrative in the Black community.
yes.
Um, and I'm in there with some heavyweights. It's a beautiful book. Uh, so I all those things are going on, and as well as trying to do some other things that's coming in the future.
Oh, wow. Well, you sound like a very busy artist. So thank you. I really enjoyed this interview, and I would love to come and invite you back in the future to keep up with you and the different things you have going on. Okay.
All right, thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Wow, that was amazing. I mean, I love art, and even though I can't draw, I love to view it. I love to go for walks in art museums. And I just really just think it's so important to see creativity in all shapes and forms, and to see someone who's taking the time to put something together. And I mean, to just see it on your living room wall or whatever you do with your art. I mean, the collector's items, it's just like he mentioned. I mean, with music and art, it just all it's all in alignment with your feng shui of your life. So I really enjoyed this interview. I hope you all take the time out to check out JamilBurtonArt.com. And again, thank you all for joining me on Beyond Boardroom Business. And again, I am your host, Coach Stephanie, a business strategist. And I love what I do. And I hope you enjoy it too, because different people that I interview, such as Jamil Burton, art.com, and others, I mean, they come with a plethora of different things. And I hope that you are able to feel the energy that they display. So until the next time, until next week, I hope you all have an enjoyable week. Shout out to everyone that's on top of their game, especially as a business owner, entrepreneur. It can get rough sometimes, but to stay the course. And that's why I interview different entrepreneurs and business owners to share with you that, hey, everyone has their own journey, but we all have a goal to accomplish at the end of the day. So until the next time, stay prayerful, stay patient, and stay persistent. I hope you all enjoy yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you. Peace.